Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, where today we're going to be playing with Crimson Fatalis. So let's go ahead and grab the quest. Now, just like with Chameleos, I feel Crimson Fatalis is one of those monsters that got way better in the jump from Freedom Unite to Monster Hunter 4. Because just like with regular Fatalis, who already got pretty significantly better, Crimson Fatalis had some unpleasantness removed in addition to having everything refined and made better. So we don't need that hot drink at all. We don't need the herbal med. We don't need those. Don't need that or that or that or that. And we're probably gonna want these. And you know what? Let's bring some Dust of Life too, because we can. And it might not be the worst idea to bring some Mega Demon drugs, considering how regular Fatalis went for us. Mega Armor skins as well, just because. And I think we're good. Yeah. Unfortunately, Crimson Fatalis isn't quite so good in this game as he was in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, where G-Rank Crimson Fatalis actually had some pretty significant changes from the high rank one, in addition to getting its own theme. I don't super miss the theme. It wasn't really exciting at all. But the moveset differences were pretty neat, and I kind of miss them. They made it set itself apart a bit better. But yeah, we get to fight him on Ingle Isle, where there's nothing to help us take him down. So it's just, hey, use your weapon against the man and make him sad. We don't have a Ballista Binder. We don't have a Dragonator. We only have our weapon. And they added Blast to him because, of course, why would they not put Blast on a Fatalis? So you may note we're bouncing if we hit the tail right now. That'll change. Because while in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, Crimson Fatalis' whole deal was when he was enraged, you bounce off everything, which was terrible and made the fight just a slog and a half. In this game, they decided, hey, you know what? Well, not this game, but in Gen 4, they decided, hey, you know what? Let's have Crimson Fatalis get softer when he's enraged. Ow. So yeah, when he's enraged, we won't be bouncing off his tail. We won't be bouncing off his anything. I honestly feel like his Powder Slap looked a little better with the For You visual effects. In this game, it seems a little too thick. Ow. Alright, now we've got a jumping platform. That's good. Because if we can get mounts, then that's basically the one thing we can do to give ourselves a leg up against this guy. Whoop, he is sweeping from that side. Why am I using my own max potions? We've got first aid med, or not max, mega potions. Yeah, first aid med pluses should go first, because you don't get to keep those. So, fun fact, when he does his little meteor calls like that, if the first one isn't in his crotch, none of them will be. Ooh, he's just begging for us to go to town on him here. if you're under him, you're completely safe when he's doing this move, so it really just means, hey, you get to go for his chest for a while. You can also go for his face a little bit, though it stays where you can reach it for less long than the chest, and the chest is still plenty weak. Not as weak as the face, because Fatalis faces are super soft and squishy. But their chests are alright. But yeah, when he calls his meteors, only the first one can ever land under his crotch. And if the first one doesn't, none will. And if the first one does, well then all the ones after that won't. So his crotch is actually a pretty safe place to be as soon as he's finished calling his meteors. He also likes to fly more than regular Fatalis does. That's another thing that sets him apart. Just the flight, the meteors, and the blast slap. And the fact that he can curl up and call his little meteor swarm is something that this attack, he stole it straight from Dire Mirrorless. And I just completely failed to take advantage of it. And I actually wasn't quite under him enough, so we took a hit. Crimson Fatalis has always had the ability to call down meteors, but only with his, like, standing, oh, hey, meteors, come on down. This one right here. The one where he curls up and summons the swarm. Straight from Dire Mirrorless. There we go, back to purple. And that attack right there always gets me a little nervous, simply because it does a lot of damage if it hits you. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, you're pretending to be Rathalos? I get it. Oh, but he only did one fireball instead of 3. You went a bit far there, buddy. You want to maybe come back to the playable area? That's right. So, just for the record, Crimson Fatalis is just a slightly older Fatalis. One of its horns has developed a bit further and has been hanging out here, which is part of how it's gotten its red coloration, I guess. Ooh, we got the sit and sweep. I timed it way wrong, and it didn't really matter anyway, because we would have bounced. Because he's not angry right now. Now he's angry. I definitely appreciate that they've decided that he should be softer when he's angry, because that just makes the fight so much more playable. Oh, no meteors for you. Like, anything that makes it harder to hit a monster is just naturally going to make it feel like, oh, dang, I guess I can't really do much right now. Whereas mechanics that make it more rewarding to hit a monster will always feel good. It's like, it's pretty much the same concept as how in World of Warcraft, initially in the beta, there were experience penalties for if you played for too long. And, of course, players hated that, because it's like, why should I be penalized for this? And without changing the math or the numbers or anything at all, they just said, oh, no, it's not an experience penalty anymore. It's you get an experience bonus based on how long you don't play. And suddenly players were like, oh, wow, that's actually a pretty neat system. So when we come back after not playing for a while, we get more XP. That's cool. When literally the experience math hadn't changed at all. It's one of those, even if it's accomplishing the same thing, a reward feels better than a penalty. Even if it's the exact same thing and you just change what it's called. Say, oh yeah, this isn't normal and it's good when you've got it, is better than saying, oh yeah, if you keep doing this, then it's bad. So like having Crimson Fatalis' tail be hard by default, but get softer when he's enraged, it's like, oh yay, now I can hit that. Instead of, oh, he's enraged, now I can't do anything for like 5 minutes. Though in this case, it's a much bigger change than just, oh, it's the same thing. It's they actually reversed what his rage did for him. And it made the fight so much more fun because of it. Because I don't know about you folks, but I like not bouncing on every single hit for the duration of his rage mode. And there goes the chest, surprising nobody. Turns out when he gives us so many opportunities to do damage to it, it's gonna get broken pretty quick. So I need some help. And up he goes. Just had to take that hit where I could, because whenever you can get the face, you pretty much should. It's just that soft. So we're probably not going to end up breaking his wings, simply because we're not using a ranged weapon, and whenever he's knocked down, which is the only time we can really reach the wings, we're going to be going for his face, simply just in order to do the damage that we need to in order to bring him down. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to be making no effort to break the wings, even though they are breakable, simply because it is a better use of our time to not go for them. I don't want to have him run away like Camelios did. I need to not be in blue sharp. Blue sharp doesn't help anybody. I don't feel like I should have been hit there, but whatever. His tail was hiding under the ground. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Or not. I'm cool with not. Not is perfectly acceptable. I also feel like in 4U, the powder from the powder slap showed up more quickly. Whereas that was like the slap finished and then the powder showed up a little while after. I feel like in 4U, the powder was actually there like during the slap. But who knows? I could be wrong. Been a while since I've fought Crimson Fatalis in 4U. Ow! Did I have Blast on me? Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. And that was worthwhile. I was going to say this is a bad idea, but then I got the break and the flinch, so it was a totally fine idea. And that is why we go for the face whenever it's available. Ow. Thank goodness for valor dodging. I know I say that a lot, but it's how I feel. Ow. Darn wind effect. Thanks, Cat. I would have managed to parry the bite if he swung to the right instead of the left first, but I don't think he ever does. Pretty sure the bite animation is fixed and never mirrors itself. Ow. Those meteors definitely do some damage. I would love to see him lower this platform again so we can try and get a second mount. There's nobody over there, buddy. That's right. Come back over here. Could do with less slapping. Thanks, Cat. Dang it. Turned around a little too early there. And there's those. I got a little closer than I needed it to. Ow. There's what we want to see. That, on the other hand, not quite what we want to see, but we're fine. Keep your head right there, please. Or don't. It's much easier to jump on when his head is low because his head is a mount zone. I wish he was flashable. Alright, he should be pretty close to mount number 2. I hope. The fact that he took steps backwards there didn't help me. Ow. Man, if only I was just waiting for him to do those fireballs. Ah, dang it. Ran out of valor. That was a really dangerous jump to make. I am glad I didn't get punished for it. Alright, we definitely want to have Purple Sharp again before we try more jumping. Simply because it would be a huge waste of a knockdown if we weren't in Purple Sharp when he fell down. Because, yeah, during the time where you can do the most damage, you want to be able to do even more the most damage. You also want to actually land your attacks, but my record with that seems to be a little spotty recently. And someone's upset. Whoop. We ought to try and get him down here if we can. Hey. That's a good place for you to be. Why did you have to back up? Okay, fine. I'll get in your crotch and do some damage there. One thing he didn't steal from Mirrorless for that attack is Mirrorless, if you flinch him during the attack, he falls over and drops a Sparkly and stays down for a while. Maybe he doesn't drop a Sparkly, but he definitely falls over and stays down. Crimson Fatalis, you can't flinch out of that attack. Or if you do, it doesn't do anything particularly special. Oh, this will be unpleasant. That's what we got these for, though. Ooh, out of Valor and out of Spirit. That is not a great combo. And out of Cool Drink, too. Alright, there's the Cool Drink. Oh, yes, please do exactly that. I'm actually... Wow, we have a lot of red health right now. I'm cool with the fact that we haven't gotten another mount just yet, because being in Valor mode post-mount is considerably better than the alternative. So now we'll get back to work on that mount, provided we can get him to the right location. Over here, buddy. Or you can kill my mounting platform. That's also an option, I guess. Hooray for hiccups. Hooray for that, not having quite long enough range. Over here, buddy. Or you can do that this way. I feel like if I jumped later, we might have actually gotten some mount hits there, because his snout was just in range. All right, buddy. A few steps this way, if you would. All right, that's perhaps a few steps too many. More than a few steps too many. Turn around, please. Or don't. Darn tail. So rigid. Also, I will say, to this day, it still bothers me that there is not a single bit of that tail that can be severed. Like, it's so long and thin. It's just begging to be cut, but you can't, and this is gonna suck. Or not. Like, I can't see any reason why that tail should be completely unseverable. Like, even just let me take off the last little bit of it. There's no reason it needs to sit there always and forever. If we can cut off a Gravios tail, there's no reason we can't, like, take the tip off of this one. Ow. Like, look at all that tail. Let me cut off part of it. Doesn't even have to be all of it. Doesn't even have to be a lot of it. Just some of it. That's all I ask. Ooh, yes, backup. And please get angry right now. Why did I fail to jump off? I'm pretty sure I at least started a roll. Okay, let's go ahead and hold this. And now we're in White Sharp, which isn't great. But we also didn't get the mount just there, so what have we got to complain about? When I run out of Mega Potions, I'm going to go ahead and use the Farcaster they gave us. Because at that point, I'm going to need to go back to grab some First Aid Med Pluses. Dang it. Get back over here, buddy. I have business with your face. Ooh, yes. It's not your face, but okay, it's not your anything because I guess your body was just slightly in the way, keeping me from jumping off the rock. And now he's going to overshoot it because he always overshoots things. And you know what? I feel like now's a good enough time for this. So let's grab that and these and one of these. And then we'll go ahead and drink this. Though we are really running out of restoratives. I have no doubt at this point that if we were to time out, he would flee and we'd succeed on the quest. So while it would be an option to, say, just stop attacking, go back to base camp, and just sit there and wait for the quest to end, wow, that was a lot of meteors in a zone very near his crotch. That's unusual. But yeah, we could just sit and wait for the quest to end, I'm sure, and succeed that way. That wouldn't be very satisfying. So even if we run out of healing, I'm still gonna stay the course and keep on fighting him, no matter what. You know what? Let's go ahead and drink this over here. We don't gotta be in there every time he curls up, even if it is basically free damage. Sure is a good thing Crimson Fatalis has less HP than regular Fatalis. Because otherwise it would be really difficult to bring him down here where there's no ballistas, no cannons, no Dragonator. All you get is your weapon and some ledges. Though if I could get some more ledges, that would be great. We haven't really gotten to do nearly enough damage to his face yet. Ideally, he would have already had all 3 face breaks a while ago. But us having thus far failed to get a second mount, that's just the way it is. He doesn't exactly leave his face down too much. So we've just been going for the arms and the chest and whatever we can hit at any given time. Buddy, can you get back over here and maybe lower this platform so that I can do more jumping? I'd appreciate that. Oh, you're doing your little snappies, huh? Seriously, this is like the dumbest attack to have ever been a one-shot. Because back in Freedom Unite, that was a one-shot, even though it looks not at all like it should have been. Oh, he's mad again. Well, Valor dodged from one meteor right into another. That is not the thing you want to have happen. Let's go ahead and use this Dust of Life. Stuff's pretty nice. Helps us get our cats back, too. Here it is. Of course, now we're out of Valor again. And now we're slapped again. Yeah, we're probably going to time out on this. That's my prediction, unless we can get another mount really soon and just really go to town on that face. Ow. I shudder to think how much more there would still be left to do if we didn't take our Mega Demon drug. But hey, we got that face break. So now, provided we finish successfully, we at least get the reward for it. Shame there's no sub-quest. Whoop. Why'd you have to do a reverse flamethrower? If you were walking forward, you would have at least put yourself where I could try and jump on you. Turn this way, buddy. Thank you. We don't have full spirit, but at least we do have Valor mode. And the Valor gauge does not decrease while mounted, which is very thoughtful of them. So down he goes. Let's build up some spirit. All right. Did about as much damage as we could have asked for. We just gotta keep doing more. We do enough more, he dies. Hooray. So I don't know that we are able to do enough more with the time we've got and the skill I've got and the weapon and equipment we've got. But hey, we'll see. I was thinking I would time out on regular Fatalis too, and we ended up beating him. Though admittedly, we had more advantages when fighting him. And he didn't spend so much time flying around. Or using meteors that often make me walk away from him. That was a pretty good flinch, knocking him down onto myself. Let me hit his chest, which is a nice soft hit zone relative to the legs. Oh yes, please do this move. That was a little close. How much time we got? 1 minute. Okay, I don't feel like I should have been knocked over there, but whatever. Would have been nice to see that get a kill right there. Don't know how I managed to Valor dodge the explosion that was behind me, but I'll take it. And yeah, we're almost certainly not killing him at this point. Yep, away he goes. Oh well. At least we get to actually watch him leave, unlike the Chameleos. And hey, look, his shadow is, well, was still there for a bit. Most monsters, once they get that high up, their shadow gets replaced by just a circle. All right. So at least it's a quest success. It's better than a failure. Even though it feels like a failure. Definitely spent way too much time needing to heal during that quest. But that's neither here nor there. It's time for this episode to end. Join us next time when we do another post-game monster. See you then, friends.